Where tonight, Ron Smeltzer brings his struggling Ottawa Rough Riders, hoping his quarterback Tom Burgess can overcome a 5-interception performance last week. Dave Ritchie was Smeltzer's defensive coordinator last year. In 1993, his defense is led by O.J. Brigance, who has a league-leading 5 sacks. Ottawa BC kicking off next on TSN. There was plenty of cause for optimism on the West Coast when the BC Lions won their first 2 games. But since then, Dave Ritchie's team has had problems. Danny Barrett's offense has been inconsistent, and the defense has allowed more passing yards than any other team in the CFL, leaving the Lions toothless.
Well, we're going to have to come out right from the first play and get on Ottawa. They've got a very dominating defense. We've got to come out, take it to them right away. If you lay back, you're in big trouble.
Like the Lions, the Ottawa Rough Riders were celebrating early. But then Ron Smeltzer's team collapsed twice in the fourth quarter. First, it was Paulus Baldison's field goal in the final play of the game that gave the Hamilton Tiger Cats a come-from-behind win. Matt Dunnigan did it again to them a week later.
Well, we know that we have to play hard, and we're pretty upset right now, so it's just one of those things where BC has to really be ready for a good game.
Tonight, 2 struggling teams, the BC Lions and the Ottawa Rough Riders, try to get it back together. The CFL Live on TSN is brought to you by Pepsi. Team at BC Place, where tonight 2 teams that know each other well will meet under perfect conditions to try to turn their seasons around on TSN. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the stadium at BC Place. I'm Gord Miller. Of the 37 regulars on the BC Lions roster, 10 played for Ottawa within the last 2 seasons. It's a case of familiarity breeding, well, familiarity. 2 teams that know each other well and know that both teams have great defenses. That's the key to these 2 clubs. And for more about this game, let's go upstairs to the men who will call it, John Wells and Leif Pedersen.
Both teams had good starts week 1 in this season, and the Lions won their second week as well. Now both teams will try and rebound after 2 tough losses. Who will make the difference in this one tonight, Leif?
Well, John, you know, I think it's the pass rush of the BC Lions. They come into this game leading the league in sacks with 16. And, you know, for Tommy Burgess, the first 2 games, not much pressure on him. Last week against Winnipeg, he got some pressure through 5 interceptions. So I think if this front 7 you see right here can get some pressure on him, they could be the difference in this game tonight.
Happy group of guys, and they're very good. Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Speedy Auto Glass. Don't take a chance. Take your auto glass repairs and replacement to Speedy Auto Glass. On the reverse, Lonnie Turner. Forced out near the 30-yard line. A 14-yard return. BC quarterback Danny Barrett was 2-2 last week. 2 TDs, 2 interceptions in the Lions' loss to the Stampeders. Barrett's backfield includes rookie runner Corey Philpott in his second start, and new at outside receiver Lonnie Turner in place of Darren Flutie.
Tremendously good offensive line. That group of 5 here averages over 10 years experience. You look at Jim Mills, 2-time MVP, Rob Smith, the MVP last year, and then the runner-up Vic Stevenson. So a tremendously good offensive line for Danny Barrett to work behind.
Offside on the kickoff, so we'll start things anew at the stadium at BC Place. Lions 2-2 on the season. The Ottawa Rough Riders 1-2, playing their 4th game tonight. Jake Ireland is in charge of proceedings.
Now, John, I think a very interesting game for both these teams tonight. You know, coming off 2 losses, BC got blown away twice. Ottawa loses twice when they should have won. And I think this game is very important for both these teams. Self-confidence is low, and, you know, whoever wins is going to snap that losing streak and get some of that confidence and self-doubt restored.
Ottawa has lost 2 games in 2 weeks by a total of 4 points with a total of 4 seconds on the clock.
That is tough.
This is Lonnie Turner once more, and this time forced out on the near side at the 39-yard line. Danny Barrett has struggled a little bit as the quarterback for the British Columbia Lions in recent times. I wonder if it's the receiving corps that's a problem matching up with Danny Barrett as a quarterback.
Well, John, I really don't think so. Maybe the newcomer Lonnie Turner tonight, he's in for some added speed against a defense that likes to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. I think the biggest problem for Danny Barrett is losing John Volpe. You know, he could have that great running game going, and since Volpe's been out, they haven't had it.
Here's the new running back in his second game. This is Corey Philpott, number 6, forced down near the 45. Caught by Charles Gordon. The gain is 4 yards. The Riders have a superb front seven, same three faces along the front line. Kulka, Kropke, and Robinson. Angelo Snipes and Greg Stuhlman are the stars of the linebacking corps.
And a very aggressive secondary. They have to be. They play a lot of man-to-man coverage. Charles Gordon, you saw make the tackle on that first play. Well, how aggressive is he? He's their leading tackler after 3 games.
2nd down and 6 for the BC Lions. Barrett to the far side, looking for Ray Alexander. He was overthrown.
One thing I find a little surprising right off the bat, John, is that Patrick Burke will be starting on the corner for the Ottawa Rough Riders. He is a rookie Canadian. Ron Smeltzer, the head coach, decided he would play him. Now, Dave Ritchie, the head coach of the BC Lions, said to me before the game, Leaf, hey, that's the guy we're going to go after. We want to see if he can play, and on the first series here, he made a mistake, but Danny Barrett was looking to the other side of the field. Don't be surprised if they come after Patrick Burke early.
Here's Lupus Aglia back at his 30-yard line. One man deep for the Ottawa Rough Riders. Wayne Walker, number 34. Saglia high and on an angle. Walker at the 25. Ken Haley leading the BC tacklers. A 1-yard return. Rough Rider quarterback Tom Burgess had a tough time last week. He threw 5 interceptions in a last-second loss. Burgess has the same lineup in the backfield this time. Joseph will carry the ball with Daniels blocking for him. Walker, Climby, Brown, and Jones are the receivers.
And this offensive line, with the addition of Mike Graybill, an import this year at left tackle, will have its hands full tonight. The BC Lions, as we told you earlier, the best pass rushing front seven in the league right now.
1st and 10 Ottawa, beginning at the 32. Here's Tom Burgess handing off to Darren Joseph. Met by the right side of the BC Lions defense. Lions defense standing 2nd in the CFL with 16 quarterback sacks. McNeil, Warnock, and Scrivener starting up front. James West and O.J. Brigance are the most famous of the Lion linebackers.
And one change of note in the secondary tonight. Sean Foodie out with a shoulder problem. Tom Europe, draft choice from Bishop's University, will get the start in the middle.
A gain of 1 yard. This is 2nd and 9. So Burgess goes to the shotgun. Oh, and he's hit as he fired midfield. James West threw on Tom Burgess. He's up in a hurry, but I'm sure he felt that one, Leaf.
Yeah, I don't think that the BC Lions didn't see that Winnipeg film last week when the Bombers beat the Ottawa Rough Riders in that dramatic ending, and the feature there that they would be looking at was when Burgess was pressured last week. He put the ball up for grabs, made some poor decisions, threw 5 interceptions. So they know if they can get some pressure on him tonight, they'll have a chance for some interceptions of their own.
On 3rd down, Terry Baker standing near his 15. Leading the CFL in punting average coming into week number 4. And he gets a good bounce on this one for Lonnie Turner on the return. Turner stopped at the 40-yard line. No scores so far at the stadium at BC Place. This is CFL Live on TSN. Opening quarter at the stadium at BC Place. The Lions home to the Ottawa Rough Riders. Dave Ritchie, head coach of the BC Lions in 1993, was a partner with Ron Smeltzer in Ottawa 1 year ago. And tonight they go head-to-head for the first time in Vancouver. Ritchie has designed the top defense in the Canadian Football League for the last 2 seasons. Last year in Ottawa, the year before that with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Of course, he should be invaluable in helping Joe Paopao put an offense to go against this Ottawa defense tonight. He structured it. He knows how it works.
First and 10 Lions beginning this drive at the 40. Danny Barrett gets some pressure, and he's almost picked off. Coming over the middle, Greg Stuman had his hands on the ball. Ray Alexander was the intended receiver, and Stuman almost picked off Danny Barrett early in this one.
Bit of an adjustment for Greg Stuman. He's playing the inside linebacker tonight. Usually plays the outside, but already you see the effectiveness of making that switch. He slid across, read the quarterback's eyes, and should have maybe had that interception, but a strategic move for the Ottawa Rough Rider defense tonight. Stuman inside instead of that rush end position.
Second and 10, Lions at the 40. No score so far in Vancouver. Barrett stands in. Alexander can't make the catch. Patrick Burke was covering, and so far this season, or at least in the last two games, the Lions offense has been inconsistent with just 34 points over the last two games. Problems again for Danny Barrett here.
Well, not problems for head coach Ron Smeltzer of the Ottawa Rough Riders. He's had two Canadians come up and really grab starting positions and surprise him. Patrick Burke is one. Darren Joseph, the running back, is the other. And boy, if Patrick Burke can end up being a solid cornerback as a Canadian, gives you so much freedom to play an import in another spot.
Yeah, it's a terrific trade for the Ottawa Rough Riders as they view it right now. It was Burke for Ken Haley, so they get a much younger player who they really feel can play as a non-import in their secondary. Anthony Drawhorn out across the 31 to the 32-yard line. A 5-yard return, a 44-yard punt.
You know, as I look at Tommy Burgess and his career, 143 interceptions and 140 touchdowns. So, I mean, he's thrown more interceptions than TDs. Now, let's compare him to Kent Austin. Austin's career, only 117 interceptions, 126 touchdowns. How about a Doug Flutie? So far for him, 98 touchdowns and only 76 interceptions. So when you compare Burgess to the best in the league, you see his problems always have resulted from too many interceptions.
Burgess on the run and throwing for Stephon Jones. Francis was covering. Jones couldn't bring it down.
What a terrific, sorry, John, what a terrific matchup that's going to be tonight to follow. Stephon Jones, one of the best against man-to-man, and of course Andre Francis, who I've always felt was a premier man-to-man corner in the league, and Francis times it perfectly, up over the top, gets the hand through and knocks it away. Already you see the strategy, though, for Tom Burgess, the rollout, try and move that pocket, get away from that intense inside pressure of the BC front seven.
Second and 10 Rough Riders at the 32. No score so far at BC Place. Burgess from the shotgun stands in and over the middle for Andre Brown. That'll be a first down for the Ottawa Rough Riders out near the 45. Burgess on the money this time.
Picks out a good target in Andre Brown, and what they're trying to do with the three-receiver scheme here, they're going to get out to the flat, and then it's Brown on Daniel Hunter to the inside, and watch the post move. Lots of room in the middle. Tom Europe, the middle safety, giving lots of room out there, and there you see good throw by Burgess. Steps up, he had time to throw. Nice completion.
First and 10, Ottawa at the 47. Jones again breaks one tackle and can't get away from the second. Jeff Jackson had a hold of Stephon Jones.
You know, that used to be a great play 10 years ago. The Toronto Argonauts made it famous with the run and shoot, that hit screen to Terry Greer. But now, you know, defenses have seen this play so many times that very rarely do you get a lot of great yardage out of it. That time they got 5, but boy, the defenses seem to react so quickly to it now.
Rough Riders at their own 52 on 2nd and 5. Burgess to his right, sideline pass, and Jones has it again. He'll have enough for the first down. Again, Andre Francis was with Stephon Jones.
Nice ball control offense through the passing game. 2nd and 5, quick out to the wide receiver. Andre Francis giving a pretty good cushion, and easy pass to complete, easy pass to keep your momentum going and keep those drives going, and you have to like the way Burgess has put this drive together on their second series.
He's trying to shrug off a 5-interception game last week, but when you looked at Tom Burgess the first 2 weeks of the season, he had a great game going. Pressure is on. Burgess finds Darren Joseph, and there's a penalty marker down near the 30-yard line. And that's in the Lions secondary.
Michelle Lammy working on O.J. Brigantson. When you get a hard-charging linebacker, sometimes that's the best thing to do. Fake like you're going to block him up high and then chop those legs out. And boy, you keep chopping legs out all night, you're going to slow that rush down in a hurry.
Forward pass interference. BC number 18. First down.
That's Daniel Hunter playing his first game for the BC Lions. He began this season as an Ottawa Rough Rider. In fact, every member of the Lions secondary, including backup Ken Haley, that's 6 players back there, are former Ottawa Rough Riders.
Yeah, it's tough to tell who's playing for who tonight.
It really is, isn't it? First and 10. This is Joseph for Ottawa. Across the 35, down to about the 32-yard line. James West in on the tackle.
And a truly bright spot for the Ottawa Rough Rider offense this year has been the play of Darren Joseph. Local Ottawa product, grew up there, and fun to play in front of his hometown fans. 4.2 rush coming into this game, and more impressive than that, though, he's got 11 receptions and averaging 17.1. Is that any good?
That's pretty darn good. Although the Rough Riders don't run the ball a bunch. Having said that, they give it to Joseph one more time. And the tackle made by Zach Allen. Joseph on second down comes up a little bit short. So Terry Baker is into the ball game for the Ottawa Rough Riders. Definitely in his range. Baker good on 6 of 9 so far this season, hitting on 66% of his field goals. His longest from 43 yards. Terrence Jones puts it down on the 38. They fake it. Jones stands up and looks to find a receiver. No one is open. O.J. Brigant got to Terrence Jones. And the Ottawa Rough Riders come up a little empty.
Number 18, Daniel Hunter, came through, and Terrence Jones had to find somebody, so that goes as a turnover. First of the night. To the field goal attempt at Terry Baker. We're going to let it roll and then stop it at the left side of your screen. Stop it right there. Okay, see that gap right there? Somebody didn't grab Daniel Hunter. Here he is. Let it go. No way Terry Baker can kick it. Terrence Jones made a good choice to pull it down and try and find somebody, but just no way he can get away from a whole group of BC tacklers. So they come up with the first turnover of the night. They dodge the field goal attempt and have the ball in pretty good field position. They're back now.
Lions first down. Across the 36. No score so far at the stadium at BC Place. Danny Barrett gets a little pressure, has a man open. It's Alexander, and penalty markers go down. Covering Patrick Burke in his first start for the Ottawa Rough Riders, and he draws a couple of penalty markers.
Patrick Burke gets fooled on it, and the ball is underthrown, and he comes back and totally makes contact with Ray Alexander, gets the call. But what the BC Lions are doing is they're stacking 2 receivers on Patrick Burke and Anthony Drawhorn, and they're trying to create some confusion. It certainly worked that time. Ray Alexander just blew right by him.
Barrett from the shotgun on first down. As a receiver, he'll be short of the first down. Lonnie Turner, number 21, making his first start as a BC Lion.
Not a big package, 5'7" and 160 pounds. He's replacing Darren Flutie. They say Flutie has a problem with his collarbone. I don't believe it. I think they want to have a look at Turner against a man-to-man defense where he has a little bit more speed.
2nd and 4. Barrett, time to throw again to Matt Clark. Drawhorn covering on Matt Clark. And Drawhorn wins the first battle with Mr. Clark tonight. There will be more, undoubtedly.
Well, no question about that. What a season Anthony Drawhorn has had. A bunch of knockdowns against Winnipeg last week. Tonight, very, very good coverage on Matt Clark, and another knockdown. And, boy, I think, you know, you look at the guy's totals on interceptions throughout the year, and that seems to be the benchmark of whether he's an all-star or an all-Canadian. But I think you should take a serious look at the amount of knockdowns. This guy will be at the top of the list.
Here's Lou Pasaglia. Kerry Baker missed his opportunity earlier. Pasaglia looks to give the Lions the lead. And he's on target. Eighth field goal of the year for Lou Pasaglia. The Lions lead on the CFL Live from Vancouver.
The Ottawa Rough Riders, and last week he was the first to admit it was pilot error that caused the crash of his team in the fourth quarter. Burgess talked to us about trying to turn things around.
Well, we think they're a little youthful in the front seven. They have some veterans, obviously, in James West, Tyrone Jones, but they have some younger players up front, and what we'd like to be able to do is protect against that front seven and be able to attack their halfbacks. We also think we can spread the ball around to our wide receivers against their corners, but I think the key for us will be getting our slots involved.
Tough week for Tom Burgess. Going into the game, no interceptions. There were 5 in that game, including 3 in the fourth quarter, 1 for a touchdown, and he has to bear part of the responsibility for that Ottawa loss.
Yeah, he'd be the first to admit that he made some bad choices, and they paid for it. But I thought it was interesting, his comments about having to have a good night against the halfbacks of the BC Lions. That's Tracy Gravely and Daniel Hunter, and getting his slots involved. That was the BC head coach Dave Ritchie told me tonight. He said, my inside guys, those 2 guys, have to play better or we're in trouble. Interesting. Both teams thinking the same thing. Well, let's see who wins.
Lions have the lead for now. It's 3-0. Rough Riders. This is Walker. The gain is 2 yards. Spencer McLennan in on the tackle for the BC Lions. So with 5:32 to go in the opening quarter, Tom Burgess back on the field trying to get some points on the board. The last drive was in field goal range, but the Rough Riders couldn't get the kick away.
Well, and that counted as a turnover. And the problem for them right now is they're -5 so far after into their 4th game now in the takeaway giveaway department. One of the reasons why they were so successful last year is they ended up as a +9. So that is definitely one of the reasons why they are struggling.
The pitch to Darren Joseph. Slowed in the backfield. There was really nowhere to go. And then pinned by O.J. Brigance. Brigance leading the BC Lions in the sack department. 5 on the season so far. The Lions are number 2 in quarterback sacks in the CFL with 16 so far.
Yeah, a couple of good linebackers in this game tonight. Angelo Snipes, his career well documented. Runner-up MVP on defense last year, but Brigance tied with Tim Cofield from Hamilton in the sack department, lead in the league.
A loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for the Rough Riders. Burgess throwing on the run. Penalty markers are down. Jock Climby was the intended receiver, number 81. And Tracy Gravely was flagged, I do believe.
Well, I think if Tom Burgess is going to have time to throw tonight, Sean Daniels has to do a great job blocking for him. He's going to be called upon to block guys like O.J. Brigance all night long, and he gets just enough of them to allow Burgess to get to the outside, and no question, that is the game plan. Move that pocket around and get to the rollout and get away from the inside pressure.
It'll be an Ottawa first down. Lions leading 3-0 at BC Place. Pass interference was the indication against the BC Lions, and the officials still haven't straightened it around yet. I believe it was Daniel Hunter. So this will be 2nd down, less than a yard to go for Ottawa now that things are all straightened around. Burgess to the near side has a completion to Stephon Jones, and Francis was covering once more. Lots for the first down, so Burgess continues the Ottawa march. Riders out at the 49-yard line with 3:44 to go in the opening quarter. Over the middle in tight coverage that time from Daniel Hunter. James Duke Ellingson was the intended receiver.
And as Tom Burgess said, he wants to get his slot backs involved early, but Daniel Hunter with tremendously good coverage there on James Ellingson as the ball's in the air. He broke and decreased that separation, got up and made the good play. A lot at stake for him. You know, he played for Ottawa, and now he's with BC. And, you know, anytime you get a chance to play against your former team, the guys may not say it, but you want to try and look as good as you can and kind of stick one to them.
Absolutely. No doubt about that. Burgess shotgun, 2nd and 10. Stephon Jones on the out pattern one more time. He's making a living on that one so far.
Third time he's made that catch on the out, and Andre Francis, who for the most part is usually a fairly aggressive corner, has chosen to lay off, and maybe he's respecting that tremendously good deep speed of Stephon Jones. But, you know, that's 3 in a row on Francis, and he's good enough that he's going to say, okay, I'm just going to kind of lay in the weeds, and the next one I'm going to really break on and try and make a good play on it. Watch the out and up goal.
Yeah, he's in his 11th year in the CFL. There's not much he hasn't seen from the secondary. Markers are down as Joseph turns the corner. Good run by Darren Joseph. We'll see what the infraction was back at the line. Tom Europe to make the tackle. Talking about Daniel Hunter and Tracy Gravely, and now Tom Europe in the middle. There's a lot of new faces back there for the
Outside,
Lions.
BC number 72. Decline. First down.
Penalty is against Glenn Scribner. So that nice run by Darren Joseph will stand, and the Ottawa Rough Riders just outside the BC 25. Sean Daniels, I should say, made the catch in front of Tom Europe. Gain is about 3. Daniels has been used more as a receiver coming out of the backfield than as runner. Second and 7, facing Burgess. He looks to the end zone. Can't get a man open. Looking for Jock Climby. And Daniel Hunter was with Climby step for step.
The Ottawa offensive line and running backs did a nice job picking up the blitz for Burgess, but he was just not able to hit Climby. Climby only 8 catches so far in the first 3 games, and thought he might have a few more at this point in the season. So the Ottawa Rough Riders moved the ball for 2 series in a row, and just as they get down deep into scoring territory, they stall.
Climby had a big game week 1, over 100 yards receiving, and since then he hasn't been used as frequently. Here's Terry Baker, and he's wide on his field goal attempt, so the kicking game not working all that well for the Ottawa Rough Riders so far. Baker is arguing the call. He thought it was through, but it is ruled a 1-point play. 3-1, BC leading Ottawa. Baker still can't believe it, Leaf.
Well, we got a great look at it here. Now, you be the judge, and hopefully we can freeze it just as it hits the goalpost, or goes at the goalpost. Now, if you can still see the ball when it comes through here, obviously it's good. Right up here in that area. Now, let it go, and if you still see the ball when it's going by that post, I think it was good.
Yeah, I think Baker was robbed. Matt Clark was the intended receiver.
How do they miss that?
Well, Baker still fighting on the sidelines, arguing his case.
I don't blame him.
Boy, that could be costly later this evening, knowing how close the Ottawa Rough Riders play these football games.
Usually there's an official right underneath the crossbar of the goalpost, and he has a good look at it. And, of course, the official behind the kicker, you know, he's got the same angle as Terry Baker, so he sees the same thing. They just maybe missed it.
From the 35, Barrett on 2nd and 10 has Ray Alexander. And that is a first down. Patrick Burke covering Alexander and forced him out right after he med the catch.
Yeah, and I don't think the Ottawa Rough Riders should be surprised at this tactic. They were going to go after Patrick Burke. There you see Ray Alexander pushes him hard, gets him out of his back pedal, breaks to the out, and for any young receivers watching tonight, that is the key. Get that defensive back out of his back pedal, turned and running, and then you can make any kind of break you want on him. Alexander, perfect out.
Alexander to the near side. Lonnie Turner, the wide receiver, far side of the field. Barrett shotgun on 1st and 10. He's in a foot race. Caught as he threw the football by Ron Getz. The intended receiver was Matt Clark once more.
Matt Clark had run a terrific pattern on Brett Young. He was open, but Danny Barrett just could not get enough on the football. The pressure coming, and Danny Barrett trying to get away, but Ron Getz grabs him by the feet, and the ball just is underthrown.
Getz, one of the few rookies to make the starting defense for the Ottawa Rough Riders this year.
And you and I have seen every Ottawa game so far this year, and I can tell you Ron Getz is getting better and better with every game. He's got the size, 6'2", 234, and the speed to go from sideline to sideline.
On 2nd and 10, Barrett over the middle and right on target. This is Lonnie Turner. They say he has speed, and there's an example of it right there. Michael Allen over to force Lonnie Turner out, but the biggest play of the night for the BC Lions. That ends the opening quarter at BC Place, and lots to cheer about for Lion fans. Here's their newest wide receiver, Lonnie Turner, in motion. Gain by the rookie wide receiver, Lonnie Turner, sets the BC Lions up. 1st and 10 at the 21 to begin the second quarter. Barrett to another BC newcomer, that's Philpott, and he's down to the 15. This is Philpott's second game.
And this is a great matchup. Here's Philpott here. He's going that way. Gets it all the way in here. That's a long way for him to come to try and cover the running back. Good scheme by Danny Barrett. Good recognition. Get him the ball quickly just like that, and, well, you've got a chance to make things happen. Good call on 1st down.
Gain is 9, 2nd and 1. Lions at the Ottawa 12. Barrett himself, and he should have enough for the 1st down to keep this drive rolling for the Lions. Gets in on the tackle. Injured on the play, John Kropke. Numbers from the opening quarter, it's fairly close except time of possession, and the turnover at the bottom of the page. Ottawa Rough Riders had 2 cracks at field goals inside the 40-yard line and came away with only 1 point. As a result, they trail 3-1. 1st and 10, Lions. Barrett throwing on the run. Philpott has the touchdown. Barrett made it look easy that time.
Well, he got the good matchup. Once again, Corey Philpott on Ron Getz. Hey, Getz is pretty fast, but he's not fast enough to stay with Philpott out of the backfield. And boy, when you live and die with the blitz, this is how you die with it, because they didn't get the pressure on Barrett. There you see Snipes up the middle, and Philpott gets the ball quickly. You see Getz just gives up. He says, hey, I can't catch that guy. BC Lions have their first touchdown.
Philpott is a speedster out of Mississippi. Danny McManus holds for Lou Pasaglia's extra point. And the BC Lions open a 9-point lead on the Ottawa Rough Riders. It's 10-1. This is CFL Live from Vancouver.
They come right up the middle, and it looks like he might get some pressure, but Philpott out here and let it go, as you'll see at the end of the play. Ron Getz, 47, will come into the picture on the left side, and there's Snipes. He's thinking, hey, I got him. No, he just can't. Barrett gets rid of it quickly, and boy, stop it right there. Hey, there's old Getz right there. There's no way he's supposed to cover Philpott man-to-man. Forget it.
They had that matchup working a couple of times. Danny Barrett took advantage of it with a 5-play, 75-yard scoring drive and finished it off with a 10-yard toss to Corey Philpott. Big setup by Lonnie Turner. 43-yard gain prior to that to get the Lions deep into Ottawa territory. (10-1), BC leading the Ottawa Rough Riders. John Volpe on the sidelines. He was injured in the second game of the season. His first game back with the BC Lions.
Well, you saw John Volpe a second ago. They've got an all-star team on the BC sideline over there. Robert Mims, Ty Jones, Sean Footy, among those in street clothes. That's a pretty good football team.
Yeah, they were worried about Sean Footy this week. He's been bothered by a shoulder problem, and Tom Europe got the start at safety in relief of Footy. Now Wayne Walker. For Ottawa, not much of a return out to the 35. Doug Hocking leading the BC special teams tacklers. And the Ottawa Rough Riders are due for a bit of a break here. They're down 10-1. Had a couple of opportunities to score field goals, but only managed a single point.
Well, Tom Burgess has been able to move the ball effectively on the last two series. They just haven't been able to get any points out of it. So for them, I don't think they should be discouraged. They've accomplished what they wanted with their game plan. They're trying to get their slots involved a little more tonight, and just stick with it. You're only down by 9.
Ottawa beginning at the 30. This is a reverse to Wayne Walker. He's got room to the far side. Walker steps out just short of a first down. And the reverse worked rather effectively for the Riders here.
Yeah, here's how it works, too. You know, you got your wide receiver out here, Walker, and he's just going to kind of sit there, and when the play starts, boom, here the fun starts. Let it go. Pitch to Joseph. Now they got everybody. Just stop it here now, just for a sec. Look at this. They're all here. That's great. That's the way you want to trick them. Get them going one way, run the reverse, and a lot of open field in front of them. They get 9 yards. Nice call on first down.
2nd and 1. Darren Joseph, plenty for the first down. Big hole opened up for Darren Joseph. Nice run. McNeil and the middle linebacker, Jeff Jackson, in on the tackle, but boy, Joseph really hit the hole.
Well, you know, he's sneaky big. He's like 5'11", 210, and I was impressed with how quickly he hit into that hole. Shoulders square, explosive stride, and no wonder the head coach, Ron Smeltzer, is so high on him. Good numbers here in the first half.
They'd like to run the ball about 20 times a game with Joseph. And here they go again. This is a big one as Joseph gets across midfield. He's dropped at the 51. Tom Europe, Tracy Gravely in on the stop, but Darren Joseph has 2 runs in a row. This one is rather impressive.
Yeah, super block by the center, Irv Damon at the point of attack. There you see a huge hole. James West is cut down by the left guard, Chris Chronopoulos, and Darren Joseph, boy, you give any back a nice hole at the point of attack, and you're going to make him look good, and he is running hard.
He has all the credentials to be a great all-round running back in the CFL, according to several coaches. Burgess looks deep. James Ellingson, the intended receiver. Gravely was covering, number 3 for the Lions.
Well, the head coach, Dave Ritchie, said our fate tonight will rest on our inside safeties, Tracy Gravely and Daniel Hunter. And that time, Tracy Gravely was beaten initially by Ellingson, but those long arms, he gets them up and is able to get the knockaway. Look how he comes across the top and gets the tip there. Pretty good play.
2nd and 10, Ottawa Rough Riders at the BC 51. Lions leading 10-1. Burgess looks deep down the sideline, far side. Stephan Jones couldn't bring it down. Close. Again, it was Jones versus Francis.
A little contact downfield. Boy, these defensive backs are getting aggressive. Tell me that's not interference.
Not spotted. No marker.
Okay.
10:48 to go till halftime. Lions in front by 9. Ottawa forced into a punting situation. Lonnie Turner fields it cleanly. Nice return by Turner to get out to the 25. Markers are down, and the ball came loose. Ottawa Rough Riders say, we've got it. The Lions think they have. And to complicate procedures, there is a penalty marker down. Now the indication is that the Rough Riders do have the football. Mike Graybill, number 57, coming up with the ball.
And 99 times out of 100, the penalty will be on the kick return team, so I suspect the Ottawa Rough Riders get a nice
Illegal
break.
block. BC number 25. Decline. First down.
Sean Millington caught for the illegal block. This time the turnover goes Ottawa's way. The Riders are in good shape when we return. Backup linebackers on special teams get a chance to throw their weight around.
Well, you know, when you play those special teams, there is so much pride at stake. It's a physical challenge, and we always want to have the upper hand, and there's a couple of real battlers, Doug Hocking and Gord Weber, and nobody will ever back down an inch.
Ottawa Rough Riders finally get a break. There's Sean Foodie on the sidelines. Played for Dave Ritchie in Ottawa last year with Ritchie's defense. He's in BC this year. Joseph, one more time. 4 yards. Jackson and West in on the tackle. For Joseph, 7 carries, 47 yards so far. Rough Riders are averaging just 77 yards rushing per game, and they have not scored a rushing touchdown so far in 1993.
You know, it's funny, for all the teams in the CFL, the average rushing yards per game is down.
Shotgun on 2nd and 7. Markers are down as Ellingson makes the catch and is fired out on the far side by Tracy Gravely. Penalty is against the Ottawa Rough Riders. That's the initial indication.
On number 56. Repeat first down.
That's Michelle Lammy, the right tackle. Playing well, according to Ron Smeltzer, coming into the game. He was a guard last year, but is a lot more comfortable at the tackle spot. Second and 15. Ottawa forced back to the 32. Burgess into the shotgun with time to throw. Has Walker down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. Now there's a marker down near the 5, but Walker made the catch cleanly. Wayne Walker.
And Wayne Walker has been a tremendously good receiver with the Riders for 3 games into his 4th now. He's been their most productive receiver.
Eligible receiver. BC number 18. Decline. First down.
Penalty on Danny Hunter for hitting Andre Brown, but this is a good scheme. Roll to the wide side, the throwback, the post corner on Les Brown, and he is not beaten too often, but I think it's the throw that's the best part of that play. Way to the outside where Walker adjusted to it, made the catch, and for the first time tonight, the Ottawa Rough Riders have a chance for their first touchdown.
First and goal to go at the BC 3. Partway there. Scrivener and Warnock jamming up the middle on Tom Burgess that time. They mark it a gain of 1. Second and goal to go. Ottawa at the BC 2-yard line. Burgess again. He has the touchdown. First rushing touchdown of 1993 for the Ottawa Rough Riders, and they're back in the ball game.
Terrific drive put together by Tom Burgess, and you know, for a team that's lacked a little confidence in the last few weeks, getting beaten in the last few seconds in 2 games, this is the kind of thing that can restore it in a hurry. This is the 3rd series in a row that they have really been effective in their ball movement, and now they finally cap one off with a touchdown.
Burgess has moved the team into field goal range twice and come away with only a single point, but that time he took the Ottawa Rough Riders all the way. Back to a 2-point difference. Tom Burgess and the Ottawa Rough Riders trying to catch up to the BC Lions who leads 10-8.
Fine quarterback sneak is get the double team on the nose. Kent Warnock is on the nose there. There's Irv Damon. Chris Gioscas. Watch the penetration here. Tommy Burgess just going to tuck right in behind them, and that's what you have to do. Double team that nose, and then the quarterback just kind of buries himself under the rear end of the guard, and he sneaks it in for the touchdown and capped off a very, very nice drive. 4 plays, 27 yards.
And Tom Burgess himself from 2 yards out.
Yeah, and as you said, pretty important statistic. The first time that they have put it into the end zone on the ground this year. Kind of unusual that it took them 4 games, but...
And Burgess setting up the touchdown with a great pass to Wayne Walker.
Well, I've had a meeting here on the Ottawa sideline to talk about how to avoid getting Corey Philpott isolated on linebacker Ron Getz. Leaf, you've used the term banjo coverage before, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. The defensive back will make the call when he sees Philpott coming out of the backfield, so it's the defensive back's responsibility to pick up Philpott. But they're very angry at Getz for not recognizing it sooner. But clearly, if that matchup happens much longer, Ottawa will be in deep trouble because we've seen it 2 or 3 times, and Philpott's been open every time.
Yeah, just to explain it as simply as I can, what banjo coverage means is when there are 2 receivers coming out and either defensive back or a linebacker, the short coverage man will take whichever receiver goes to the flat. Whichever receiver goes deep, then the deeper cover guy will try and take it. They call it kind of a banjo coverage.
Corey Philpott beginning for BC at his own 15. Nice return out near the 41. Met there by Patrick Burke, number 38. A 25-yard return after a 60-yard kickoff, and Dan Barrett leads the BC Lions back out onto the field.
Yeah, and in their last possession, of course, they had the touchdown pass to Corey Philpott, so both teams executing pretty well on offense in the first half. Only 18 total points scored, but I think you'd have to agree it's offensively it's been a pretty decent show.
Not bad at all. Stephon Jones, I should say Wayne. Ray Alexander near side. Lonnie Turner made the catch, and Patrick Burke was with him to make the tackle.
And they're going to test Patrick Burke's mettle tonight. He's a rookie, a raw rookie out in the corner. A draft choice of the BC Lions, actually, from Fresno State. John told you earlier they traded Ken Haley to get him, and boy, this is baptism under fire out on the left corner tonight for him.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4, and Danny Barrett missed. Mike Trevathan might have short-armed that one a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, looked like a catch he might have been able to make.
He's in his 3rd season out of Montana, 1,004 yards in 1992 and 6 touchdowns. Good-sized target at 6'1". Numbers so far this season for Mike Trevathan.
And a very encouraging series on defense for the Ottawa Rough Riders. They get it back quickly for their offense, who on 3 possessions in a row have moved it quite nicely. So the game plan is going according to plan for Ottawa.
Lou Pasaglia bouncing for Anthony Drawhorn. He takes it on the 1 hop and steps out of bounds. So let's see if Tom Burgess can engineer another impressive drive.
Well, what Burgess has done nicely from last week is seemed to forget about that horrendous game that he had with the 5 interceptions. Pretty good first half for him, just a little over 50%, but that's the key for Tommy Burgess and his head coach, Ron Smeltzer. Just try not to beat yourself.
Walker to the near side, number 84, Stephon Jones. Flanks to the far side. And Aaron Joseph gets the call again. Loose ball. And it looks like the BC Lions have come up with this one. Glenn Scribner's at the bottom of the pile there. Joseph slightly shaken up.
And for a running back, the toughest thing is to get hit from behind. You know, you're going into a hole, you're looking at everybody in front of you, and you're not expecting to get it from behind, and that's what causes the fumble. You'll see as Joseph will cut back, he's going to get hit from behind, and I believe it's, well, it's tough to tell who it was. Maybe O.J. Brigance. Maybe you get a better look here, but see when he cut now, and now the hit comes from behind. I think it was Brigance. He wasn't expecting it. The ball came loose.
On first down, Barrett looks to Alexander. No catch. Patrick Burke supplying the coverage on Alexander. So Burke is standing his ground out there in his baptism.
Well, they're calling it a catch, and the ball will go to the catch by Ray Alexander. You want to be a quarterback? Yeah, sure. Stand in and take that. Wow. Big hit.
So they do rule it a catch inside the 10-yard line now. 1st and goal to go. Lions on the turnover at the Ottawa 8. Barrett fired to a spot, no receiver there. Matt Clark was the intended receiver.
Well, Matt Clark was open. He just simply fell down when he went to try and make the catch. BC Lions are really using motion effectively down near the goal line to try and create some confusion for the Ottawa defensive backs.
2nd down and goal to go. Lions at the Ottawa 8. Barrett scampering to the near side. Oh! Lonnie Turner had the ball with touchdown written all over it and couldn't hang on.
You know, this is tough. When you're a newcomer, your first game, you want to make an impression. He did earlier with a great catch and run, but hey, that's a touchdown. And he dropped it.
4:51 to go till halftime, and Lonnie Turner would like previous 20 seconds to play all over again.
Well, you know, you get your opportunity to play and stretch your stuff. And it should have been 6 for Lonnie Turner.
Here's Lou Busaglia. Chip shot, field goal attempt from the 15. Lou has 3 more for the BC Lions. Now a 5-point ball game. BC leading 13-8. Ottawa Rough Riders have turned it over twice, and the BC Lions come up with points each time. At the half, the Peroni file. We'll update you on the rest of what's happened this day in sports, and Leaf will have the story of the opening half here at BC Place.
Well, Ron Smeltzer's really hot on the sidelines for Ottawa for 2 reasons. 1, they felt the Terry Baker field goal earlier was good, and 2, they didn't think that was a catch by Ray Alexander down at the goal line, which they feel cost them 3 points.
Yeah, Gord, I don't blame him for being upset. There's no question about the Terry Baker field goal. It was good. Alexander, hey, that's a judgment call. Those are going to happen.
I didn't think he'd caught it, but they ruled it a catch, and they come up with 3 points as a result.
Not surprising he might be a little testy, though.
Still 1st down.
After having 2 heartbreaking losses. Hey, they should be 3-0. There's no question about it. They blew 2 games that they should have won. They should be 3-0 coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, when you blow 2 games by a total of 4 points with 4 seconds left on the clock, it really is quite unbelievable.
Well, you'd like to be able to say Hamilton won them or Winnipeg really won it in late stages, but Ottawa gave it to them. Simple as that.
This is 1st and 15, and this is Sean Daniels. Daniels out to the 40. Jeff Jackson making the stop.
John Daniels doesn't get an opportunity to carry the football too many times. In that scheme, he's primarily a blocker, but when he gets that 234-pound frame on the roll, he's a pretty tough guy to bring down, and they open a nice hole for Daniels. Good burst up through there. They've got 2 fine Canadian running backs starting tonight.
2nd and 5. Burgess as Wayne Walker. Les Brown was covering, and that should be a 1st down.
But what you have to do against Les Brown, he is so tough. Here's Wayne Walker out here. Now, he's going to run the out, but the thing to do is to watch Burgess in there. Watch when he lets the ball go. He throws it before Walker's even made his break, and that's the key against Les Brown. You better throw it earlier. He's going to pick one on you. That's a great play.
Wayne Walker to the near side this time. Stephon Jones flanks to the top of the screen. Here's Burgess with a man open over the middle. Andre Brown makes the catch. There's a penalty marker in the Lions secondary. Andre Brown with 3 catches for 40 yards last week. 7 for 118 on the season.
Well, as aggressive as the BC Lion defense.
Forward pass interference. BC number 18. Decline. First down.
That's the 5th time Daniel Hunter has been flagged in this football game, and Ottawa was talking about going after players. Daniel Hunter is squarely in their crosshairs.
Playing his first game, Gord, for the BC Lions, and he played his first game of this year for the Ottawa Rough Riders. Burgess on first down, looks to the end zone for Walker. Oh, couldn't quite get to it. Les Brown. Great defensive play. Just tipped it away.
Yeah, I think he got a piece of it right at the end. You be the judge. You get a great look at it here, but Walker was open. Yeah, sure, he got just a touch on it, and Les Brown still got the jets to stay with a speedy receiver like Wayne Walker.
Lions have the lead. It's 13-8 at the stadium at BC Place. 2:57 till halftime on CFL Live. (13-8), BC leading Ottawa here. Oh,
Tell you, it's tough to say no, isn't it? A lot of pressure on you in a stadium when you're asked, someone asks you to marry you on the scoreboard. How could you ever say no?
I don't think you could.
I think you'd say yes and tell them no later.
Tell them when you get outside in the parking lot. 2nd and 10, Burgess shotgun. Markers are down. Brown was the intended receiver, and Hunter almost came down with it. But it looked like Stephon Jones might have moved a little bit early. We'll check it out.
Offside. Ottawa number 89. Decline. 3rd down.
Costly little penalty there.
Daniel Hunter's had a rough night tonight with all the interference and illegal hit penalties, but that time he was on target with the knockdown.
So here's Terry Baker trying to forget the one that didn't count in the opening quarter. And this one is wide. Lions give up a single point. Tom Europe concedes a single point, and Terry Baker still a little bit frustrated, missing that opportunity.
Terrence Jones had trouble handling this snap from the center, and you'll see right here, not a bad snap. Nothing wrong with that. He just fumbled it trying to get it on the tee. It slowed down the rhythm of Terry Baker, and he just pushed it wide.
Almost worse for Terry Baker is the reception he's getting from the BC fans, who just jokingly gave him a standing ovation on the Ottawa side.
.239 to go till halftime. The Lions have the ball. Philpott. And he's close to a first down out near the 45. Getz making the stop, number 47. Pretty nice average for Philpott so far at 7 yards. He's just shy of the first down. It'll be 2nd, less than a yard to go for the Lions, trying to get across the 45. Danny Barrett keeps, and he has the first down.
Ottawa Rough Riders have made an adjustment now. They bring in Charles Wright, so they're going with 6 defensive backs to try and shut down Danny Barrett's receiving corps.
That's Alexander to the near side. Lonnie Turner to the far side of the field. And Barrett comes underneath for Alexander, number 88. He's very close to a first down right at midfield.
Nice throw by Danny Barrett, but boy, he's taking some awful shots tonight. Angelo Snipes in his face there. And good position by Charles Gordon, but Ray Alexander able to work underneath him, make the catch. Good throw, nice low and away. The only person that's going to catch that is Danny Barrett's receiver.
Lions in the lead by 4, 13-9. Another 2nd and 1 situation facing Danny Barrett. Philpott has plenty for the first down. The ball squirted loose. Now the Rough Riders maintain they have this one.
Sure looks like they did.
Who's at the bottom of the pile?
Well, I don't think there's any question Ottawa recovered it there. Whether the whistle went and the play was dead is the only thing in question. So the referees, this is a good move. Get away from the players and have a meeting and sort out exactly what you're going to call. And Jake Ireland will call on everybody's opinion. Simply, was he down or was the ball loose on the way down?
Danny Barrett very definitely wants to get his point across.
Well, Ottawa recovered it. No question about that. It's just, let's determine, was the ball loose on the way down or was the play dead? Looks as though the ball was loose on the way down.
Second turnover going the way of the Ottawa Rough Riders. 2 each way. Can you read Danny's lips?
Yeah, he's saying he was down.
He was down, yeah.
You're getting good at that.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look here, and I think he might have been down too. Well, that's 1 each way now. Missed Terry Baker's field goal, and now maybe they shouldn't have been able to get that fumble.
Now with 1:41 to go, Burgess and the Ottawa Rough Riders get another chance to add some points, and that one just fired away. Turnover for turnover. Andre Francis on the return after the interception. Andre Brown, I believe, was the intended receiver. Interception number 6, tossed up by Tom Burgess.
This is a terrible throw by Tommy Burgess. Watch Andre Francis. Hey, he's just back in the zone. They're back in the zone, and as the receiver comes into this area, let it run. Andre Francis is reading the play perfectly, and he's watching Tom Burgess's eyes perfectly. Now, stop it right there. He's trying to hit it here. There's no way he's going to hit that receiver, and it's overthrown. Who's waiting for it? Andre Francis. So, the BC Lions get the ball back in a hurry.
Career interception number 36 for Andre. And here's Danny Barrett back at work looking for Ray Alexander. Pass just behind him. And Burke was covering.
You know, I'm not really trying to be hard on Tommy Burgess, but when you go back and analyze his play, I mean, it's usually that he beats himself. I mean, that is a ball that should not be thrown. The coverage was there with the illusion of the zone. Looked like he was open, but Tommy Burgess has played long enough to recognize that that was not a ball he should have thrown.
Third turnover by the Ottawa Rough Riders. 1:24 till halftime with BC leading 13-9. This is 2nd and 10. Danny Barrett stands in, fires for Bathan, dropped it.
It's getting sloppy now. It was a pretty good first half up until the last 2 minutes, where the teams have been trading it back and forth with fumbles and interceptions, and now a ball that definitely should have been caught. You know, for the quarterback, Danny Barrett steps up nicely into the pocket. Good pattern by Trevathan, but it's the old run before you catch it stuff.
Squirted right through. Lou Pusaglia in on 3rd down. Anthony Drawhorn back near his 5-yard line. Pusaglia looking to angle it out of bounds and does so near the 10. Good punt by Lou. And 1:12 to go till halftime. 37-yard punt, no return. All even atop the Eastern Division. With week 4 underway, Hamilton and Winnipeg. 6 points each. In the West, it's the Calgary Stampeders, unbeaten. What a July the Stampeders have had again this year. Wally Buono has lost only one game, has tied one game, and won the rest of the games since becoming head coach of the Calgary Stampeders. 13 wins, 1 tie for the record in July. Loose ball again. And this time it goes bouncing back to the Ottawa Rough Riders. You said sloppy.
Yeah,
Danny Chronopoulos.
It is getting sloppy. Number 30, Dwight Richards, in the game and getting a little playing time. Good cut right here to get back in, but the hit, and you see 42, Jeff Jackson. He strips the ball loose, and the Ottawa Rough Riders, Danny Chronopoulos, what was he doing so far downfield?
It bounces Ottawa's way and is a first down. Richards again, and he's got about 4 yards, stopped by Kent Warnock. "50 seconds till the half. Lions in front, 13-9. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Burgess looks to throw, and he'll have a first down out near the 40. Duke Ellingson makes the catch. "13 yards for James Ellingson. "34 seconds to go. Ottawa trying to move down in Baker range. Burgess sees a little opening and takes off himself. He'll have the first down. Takes a pretty good hit by Daniel Hunter, but Burgess still has 23 seconds on the clock. Lions leading 13-9.
Yeah, and plenty of time for Burgess now with 23 seconds to go to try and get Terry Baker into field goal range. Good decision here. BC was squeezing down the lanes in that zone coverage. Nobody really to throw to, so not noted for his running, but does pretty good job right there to pick up the first down.
17 seconds to go as Burgess unloads a deep one. Tight coverage. Stefan Jones working on Andre Francis.
Well, they've thrown some out patterns on Francis tonight, and they've picked up some yardage that way, but he is a tough guy to beat deep. They're giving lots of cushion on Stefan Jones and just goes up and wrestles with him and knocks that ball away. But Andre Francis, he is a tough guy to beat deep.
11 seconds to go till halftime. 13 games for the Lions in 1992. He was in Ottawa in 91. Time ticking down in the first half, and it's intercepted again. Lots of field to go. Les Brown settling down right at midfield. It won't cost the Ottawa Rough Riders anything but a field goal opportunity, but it is interception number 7, tossed by Tom Burgess.
And Les Brown on Wayne Walker. Les reads it all the way. The hit came on Burgess, so the ball was underthrown, and Les Brown finally gets his first interception of the season.
Kind of an appropriate way for the first half to end. And coming up at halftime, Dan Ferroni spent some time in Hamilton with the good people there. That'll be up on the Ferroni file, as well as up at TSN Sports Update. And John and Leif will stop by with the story of the first half. You're watching the CFL live from BC Place in Vancouver.
Game matched up rather not all that far apart here right now, except for the 2 interceptions by Burgess compared to none for Danny Barrett and 1 touchdown for Barrett. First and 10 Ottawa from the 33. Sean Daniels, number 34, stopped immediately, and penalty markers are down. The initial indication holding against the Rough Riders.
Holding. Ottawa number 53. Decline. Second down.
Denny Chronopoulos is 53 for the Ottawa Rough Riders. A loss of a couple on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 12. Back now at the 31. And it took Burgess a little too long to get the play underway.
Time count violation. Ottawa number 13. Still second down.
And as so many teams are doing now on passing situations, 2nd and long, they're bringing in the extra defensive back. In this case, for the BC Lions, number 24, Ken Haley comes into the game, and this is their version of the nickel package.
2nd and 17 now after back-to-back penalties to the Rough Riders. Burgess can't find anyone open, and he's going down. Derek McCready, number 79, in to get Burgess. First sack of the night against Burgess.
It's a tough team to be 2nd and long against. They bring so much pressure, and of course you're not going to fool anybody. Everybody knows you got to throw it, and Derek McCready and his buddies get some good pressure on Burgess and come up with a sack. I think that's been the difference in this game. The pressure that they've been able to get on Burgess has made him throw some errant passes and be aware always of somebody in his face, and as a quarterback that can make you pretty edgy.
This is the newcomer, Lonnie Turner. Pitching it to Les Brown. The reverse didn't fool Gord Weber. Storyline so far, a field goal that didn't work out, a fumble recovery, and a couple of interceptions. That's pretty well setting up why the BC Lions have the lead at this stage of things at 13-9. Total of 6 turnovers in the opening half. Lonnie Turner, number 21, to the near side for the Lions on 1st and 10, beginning at the 40. Danny Barrett goes to the far side of the field looking for Ray Alexander, and what a great catch. A one-hander by Ray Alexander.
Nice read by Danny Barrett. When he sees Alexander in a bump and run situation, the play is to go over the top of it because Alexander's got the great height advantage, and what a spectacular one-handed catch that was. Good throw by Danny Barrett. Let it go early and let Alexander go get it.
Charles Gordon was covering on Alexander. 4 for 76 for Ray Alexander, who was used by Barrett early in the game. Barrett in some difficulty, manages to get free, and he'll have a first down. Danny Barrett. Gordon made the stop on Barrett at the 30.
Chris Skinner blocking on Angelo Snipes there, not allowing him to get in, and then once you get away from the initial pressure, Danny Barrett has a choice. Runners throw. This one a good choice. Saw an opening upfield, ran with it, and Danny Barrett doesn't do that much anymore, but boy, early in his career, he was one of the better running quarterbacks in the league, and I thought he showed a little flash of brilliance there on that one.
Certainly did. Substantial gain to set the Lions up at the 30. Far side, Danny Barrett. He hit the target all right, but it was the down marker. Slightly off the mark. Alexander was the intended receiver.
Well, you're going to have that happen in a game. You know, the quarterback and receiver read two different things. The thing you want to minimize is throwing an interception on a broken play like that, and Danny Barrett thought Alexander was going to the out, threw it there, and the worst thing that happened, the ball was incomplete.
2nd and 10. Lions at the Ottawa 30. BC leading 13-9, definitely within Lou Pasaglia field goal range here. Philpott, number 6, ran into Angelo Sinks, number 91. Corey Philpott making his second start for the BC Lions. The running back spot really belongs to John Volpe, but he's out with a leg problem, and Philpott is filling in.
Danny Barrett told me yesterday Philpott may hit the hole a little quicker than John Volpe does, but there's no comparison on how they follow the blocking schemes of the offensive lineman. John Volpe, one of the best that I've ever seen it doing that.
Lou Pasanglia has it spotted at the 35, and this one is wide. All the way through for a single point. So it is 14-9. Lions leading the Riders. This is CFL Live from Vancouver. 0.5 passing yards per game, and that is the highest in the CFL. We talked earlier about the halfback area being a bit of a problem as far as the Lions were concerned, with Hunter and Gravely in there. Actually, Hunter's spot has had several players in it, that left halfback position.
I'll tell you, they better improve that statistic in a hurry because it's going to be a long season if they don't. I can't remember a team averaging, giving up that many yards through the air. And they certainly will have to improve that. There are the numbers tonight: 133 yards after 2 and a bit quarters. So they have improved tonight in that area.
From the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Ottawa. Burgess off target, intending that for Andre Brown.
Last week they extended the uprights here at BC Place because there were so many close calls on field goals. That last Louis Pasanglia attempt hit the upright, so no single point.
13-9 the score. Second and 10, Ottawa. This is Richards looking for room to the outside. Good run as he's out near a first down, and he will have a first down. Tom Europe making the tackle.
Pretty interesting play here. Burgess out of the shotgun will hand off, and here it comes right through. Watch as he gets right about there. Dwight Richards, that is. He jumps right over the top of number 44, Zoc Allen, who's taking on the blockers. Pretty good hurdle there, and Dwight Richards getting a chance to play in for Darren Joseph here, making the most of it, and that was a pretty good-looking run there.
Gain of 11 yards. It'll be 1st and 10. Ottawa out near the 36-yard line now. And the play whistled down. Again, too much time charged against the Ottawa offense.
Time count violation. Ottawa number 13. Still first down.
Second time that's happened tonight. First and 15. Ottawa back at the 31. Brown can't make the catch. He was out at the 45. Looked like Burgess was on target, but Brown couldn't make it.
Watch the good job that Denny Chronopoulos, the left guard, does. As James West comes all the way over here, Chronopoulos is going to slide with him. They pick him up, and then Burgess has a nice pocket to throw. Now, they don't complete the pass, but, boy, that's really a heads-up play by your offensive lineman to make the right read, pick up the right guy, and give your quarterback lots of time to throw.
Second and 15. Burgess throwing on the run. Has a man open. It's Jock Climby. Climby down the sidelines. Cut from behind by Gravely. Climby snuck in behind the cover and had all kinds of running room. 58 yards from Burgess
57. Added on to the play.
to Climby. And a penalty going against the BC defense.
There you'll see the ball's let loose, and Brigance carries through with the hit, so they'll get an additional 15 yards. Climby, coverage breakdown in the secondary. He is wide open, and some good speed down the sidelines. Another 15 yards with the roughing penalty. All of a sudden, the Rough Riders are in scoring territory in a hurry.
Lions have been guilty of taking some stupid penalties in early games so far in 1993. The Brigant penalty there advances Ottawa inside the 10. First down, goal to go. Ottawa Rough Riders at the BC 9. Richards hit as he found the hole, but he grabs a couple of yards.
When you want to run up the middle, you've got to get the block on the nose tackle. Here's McCready and Irv Damon. Watch how he just will slide off the block, and Damon's trying to work him to the outside, but McCready reads it. Look, it throws him away, sitting right in the hole to make the play. You nose tackles, if there are any of you out there, boy, that's the way to do it. Fight that block, fight it, get rid of him, and make the play.
Gain of 1, second and goal to go. Ottawa at the BC 8. Burgess looks to the end zone, has the touchdown. James Ellingson. So a big play by Jock Climby sets up the Ottawa Rough Riders, and Burgess connects with Ellingson here for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he's getting time to throw, too. That time a good pocket, and number 3, Tracy Gravely, cannot stay with the Duke. James Ellington, so they cap off a lovely drive here. Big play to Jock Climby, and now they cap it off with the second touchdown of the year for James Ellington.
2 touchdowns on the season for Ellington, and he's only had 4 catches.
He's always had a great catch-to-touchdown ratio throughout his career. Primarily a backup comes in on the 5 receiver sets, and that time he came in and made the most of it.
Yeah, Mr. TD, James Ellington. And the Ottawa Rough Riders have the lead for the first time on Ellington's second touchdown of 93. Here's Tom Burgess, engineers a 5-play, 85-yard drive, and caps it off with a touchdown toss to James Ellington. Things are looking up for Mr. Burgess. 2 interceptions in the opening half.
Well, he's been lucky. His mistakes haven't cost him points. The BC Lions have not been able to convert those turnovers into any touchdowns or field goals. So for Tom Burgess, hey, he'd like not to throw them, but they haven't been devastating. The other night they were.
3-point ball game with Ottawa on top for the first time at 16-13. Lonnie Turner looks for a little room, doesn't find much. Number 21 brought down near the 32. Leading the tacklers for Ottawa that time, David Benefield. So the Lions begin out near the 33-yard line.
And you know, if I'm Danny Barrett right here, you've lost the lead for really the first time tonight. I go right at Patrick Burke.
Well, he's the newcomer.
Yeah, I go right at him here.
Burke is playing the right corner, making his first start, although he has seen action at that position for Ottawa earlier in 93, but he is a rookie out there. Barrett under the cover for Skinner, and he's dropped almost immediately. Michael Ravi makes the stop. Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8, Lions at the 35. Big charge on Danny Barrett. Can he get away? Not this time. Angelo Snipes stopped Danny Barrett. Drawhorn was coming here.
Yeah, and Ottawa decides to bring everybody, upset that rhythm of Danny Barrett, and here comes Anthony Drawhorn up the middle. You got Snipes coming here now. Let it run. What Drawhorn does well is he does not allow Danny Barrett to get outside. Danny Barrett sees it quickly. Hey, he knows he's in trouble, but Drawhorn keeps the outside leverage, forces Barrett up the middle where he's going to get some help, and they get the sack. But you know, that's the thing. When you bring that kind of pressure and you can get in so quickly, the quarterback doesn't stand a chance.
Here's Lupasagli in on 3rd down. 6:29 to go, 3rd quarter. Ottawa in the lead at 16-13. Drawhorn takes a one-hopper and bobbles it. Had to jump on it quickly. Now it squirts loose, and the Lions look like they've got the ball. Another turnover. That's the indication.
No question, Anthony Drawhorn trying to run before he really catches him. Watch it. See, he's moving to his eyes totally off the ball. He coughs it up, and I'm not sure if Sean Millington recovered it, but certainly a BC Lion did.
That'd be Donovan Wright, number 27, in under all of that. Philpott carrying for BC right after the turnover. 1st and 10. Markers are down. And the penalty looks to be going against the Lions.
Holding, BC number 55. Repeat first down.
That's the center, Ian Sinclair, singled out that time. It'll be 1st and 20.
Well, they do have some experience on that offensive line, don't they?
No doubt about that. Here's Danny Barrett, 1st and 20. Standing in, firing deep, looking for the speedster. He's got it. Lonnie Turner. Tough sequence for Anthony Drawhorn.
Speedster Lonnie Turner against the man-to-man. He's got the better speed, and he just got in behind one of the tougher man-to-man cover guys, Anthony Drawhorn, with a terrific catch. And hey, as a throw, Danny Barrett couldn't have made a better one.
39 yards for the touchdown. The Lions have the lead once more. The big play guy, Lonnie Turner, right after the turnover. Turner makes his 2nd touchdown catch. He is not brand new to professional football, but Lonnie Turner is brand new to the Canadian Football League. From Vancouver, CFL Live on TSN.
Are you ready for it?
Burke ends up playing up in a short zone coverage, or Banjo, he'll pick up somebody coming out of the backfield. Okay, stop it right here. Now it's apparent that Drawhorn is going to pick up Lonnie Turner. Looks like he's in pretty good shape right here to cover him, but this is what speed will do. Let it go. This is strictly speed-beating coverage. Lonnie Turner absolutely blows by Anthony Drawhorn. We lose him out of the picture for a second, but by the time we get back to it, look who's in behind Drawhorn with 4.3 speed. Lonnie Turner, good concentration, nice catch, good throw, and all of the above result in a BC Lion touchdown.
39 yards. Lonnie Turner happy on the sidelines for obvious reasons, but they were looking for speed at outside receiver when they began this season, and maybe they've found a little something in number 21, Lonnie Turner.
Well, what an example of just speed-beating coverage. Simple as that.
Wayne Walker has a seam for Ottawa, and he's out near the 45. Good return. 5:28 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Lions have regained the lead at 20-16. A 23-yard return, a 55-yard kickoff. And it's up to Tom Burgess now to answer the touchdown toss Danny Barrett just made.
Yeah, both teams have responded pretty well in the second half to scores against them. So if that holds true, Tom Burgess shouldn't have any trouble. Actually, they've moved the ball at will tonight and had good yardage after the first half of play. So don't be surprised if he doesn't have a great deal of difficulty moving it downfield.
This is Richards. Broke one tackle and another. Great run by Dwight Richards. Plenty for the first down. O.J. Brigant's finally making the stop on number 30, Dwight Richards. 5'10", 200-pounder in his rookie season. $12 yards for Richards. First down, Ottawa. Now at the 52. Burgess lost this one for Stephon Jones. He beats the coverage, turning Francis around. Another big game for Ottawa. Burgess has looked sharp after a 28-yard toss there to Stephon Jones.
Once again, good protection for Tom Burgess. There you see a nice pocket form for him, and when you get in the bump and run, the receiver has the advantage. You'll see Stephon Jones on Andre Francis, and he is able to adjust back to the football. Francis never sees it. And once again, the Ottawa Rough Riders look like they're going to answer the last BC score.
On 1st and 10, Richards got the call again. He was tripped up in the backfield. James West got a hand out and slowed down Dwight Richards that time. .357 remaining third quarter. Lions lead by 4 at 20-16. Burgess facing second down. 2nd and 13. Early movement. Very early movement. John McNeil, number 95.
Yeah, and he sang Chris Giaskis, the right guard, moved his hand, and once again, Jake Ireland and his crew will have a meeting and see what everybody saw.
Saw offside. Saw John McNeil moving across the line.
Offside. BC number 95. Still second down.
Bad break for Ottawa. Darren Joseph has a severe turf toe and likely will not return tonight.
Well, it's tough for the Ottawa running game, although Dwight Richards has picked up a couple of yards here, including a nice 12-yard run for a first down. 2nd and 9. Burgess, touchdown. Jock Climby, and Burgess just got it away.
Great choice by Tommy Burgess. The middle of the field is wide open. Tom Europe, the safety, has gone up in man coverage. That's where you attack. You attack the post to the middle. Jock Climby gets in behind Gravely. Great recognition by the offense against the blitz, and Tommy Burgess gets the touchdown. Jock Climby with the touchdown reception.
2nd of the year for Jock Climby. Ottawa back into the lead by 2. And Baker makes it 3. 23-20, Ottawa leading the BC Lions.
Okay, here's what Tom Burgess sees. He sees Tom Europe, the safety, has moved up over here. How about this? This is the area right here. That's what you want to attack. Here's Climby. Here's Gravely. Little post to there. Let it run. Pretty easy touchdown. But, you know, there's a few times during the game you're going to get this opportunity. When you see it, you have to go to it. They hit the home run, and the Ottawa Rough Riders answer the BC Lion touchdown quickly and nicely.
Burgess has moved this football team. There's no doubt about it tonight.
That's great recognition by a quarterback. You know you're going to see that a couple of times a game because BC is a team that likes to come with the blitz, and sometimes the middle will be vacated as the middle safety. In this case, Tom Europe has to come up in coverage, and well, you have to be happy when you see it, recognize it, and hit it. And Dave Ritchie's probably saying, hey, maybe if Sean Booty was in there tonight, that might not have happened. I don't think so. Safety was up.
Philpott lost the ball. No, he's still got it. He went through a maze, and he'll go all the way. How about that for a run? Corey Philpott, I thought he was stopped. And somehow he came out of a crowd. .74 yards for the touchdown.
It's just amazing the way both teams have been able to
Look here.
Yeah, he is
I
stopped.
thought he was down.
Everybody relaxes. Looks like he's down. All of a sudden, he keeps those legs turning and driving, and little move there on the kicker, Terry Baker, and it's all over.
Talk about answering a touchdown in a hurry. The Lions have the lead now.
Wow, what a great effort that was by Corey Philpott, his second touchdown of the night, and BC Lions jump on top. So Burgess is going to get it back quickly and see what he can do, but Terry Baker couldn't quite get him. That's a great kickoff return.
89 yards is the official on that. Corey Philpott making his second start for the BC Lions. 4 receptions, 30 yards, 4 carries for 15 yards last week.
Funny, what was a pretty slow scoring first half has turned into a pretty decent shootout here in the third quarter.
Yeah, shootout's a good way to describe things. Lions in front, 27-23. Let's see what the Rough Riders can do. Not much of a return for Wayne Walker. Well, Tom Burgess, it's up to you.
Doug Hocking, a reserve linebacker with the BC Lions, working the special teams pretty hard tonight, and nothing more than desire and second effort and all of the above as he comes down and puts a pretty good hit on Wayne Walker.
First kickoff return for a touchdown for the Lions in a long time, since 1991. This is Richards, and the Lions defense strings Richards out. Run down by Jackson and Brigance.
Well, you hit it right on the head. They did string it out nicely. Jeff Jackson with the outside leverage to not allow Richards to get to the outside. Then, in fact, he made the play himself.
Minute 54 to go, third quarter. 4-point ball game. Lions in front, 27-23. Second and 10, Ottawa at the 27. Burgess has Jones. He's close to a first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. Stephon Jones. 6th catch of the night. 68 yards for Stephon Jones thus far.
Funny, he asked me before the game tonight down the field. He says, well, now, Leaf, who do you think's going to win? And I said, well, I'm not going to tell you who I think's going to win.
You can't answer that question.
No, he asked me that, though. He said, who do you think's going to win? And I said, well, can't tell you that. He said, well, I'm going to tell you. We're going to kill him.
Well, it's not a kill situation yet. 3rd and 1, and Burgess has a first down. Well, we've got a close one going, and the Ottawa Rough Riders have looked rather impressive on offense. At least moving the football. Burgess has engineered several drives, and they should have a few more points, but for a field goal, it should have counted in the first half.
Well, I think the impressive thing is they've been able to answer every touchdown of the BC Lions with one of their own here in the second half.
Yeah, it'll remain to be seen if they can answer Corey Philpott's second touchdown of the night, that 89-yard kickoff return. Here's Richards taking the pitch, and he looks good. He's been running hard. Dwight Richards, plenty for the first down. He's up to the 55, stopped there by Europe, a 14-yard gain.
Great hole opening up. Sean Daniels leading up through there for Dwight Richards, a rookie out of Weber State. And, you know, sometimes against the blitz, you get lucky. If you hit the right seam, you can have a tremendously effective running play, and that time they did.
1st and 10, Ottawa, near midfield at the 53. Burgess on the run, and on target for Andre Brown, number 5. 21 yards for Brown in front of Tom Europe. And that'll be quarter number 3. The Ottawa drive will continue when we zoom back to BC Place. Good finish ahead with the Lions in front by 4.
the backyard.
Quarter, it's a 4-point game with the Lions on top of the Ottawa Rough Riders, 27-23. We begin the fourth quarter right now. 1st and 10, Ottawa at the 35. Sideline pattern, and Burgess overthrows his intended receiver. Stephon Jones. Interesting. Ellingson, Turner, Climby, Philpott. 4 touchdowns, third quarter.
Pretty exciting third quarter. 3 pass receptions for touchdowns, and of course the electrifying touchdown kickoff return by Corey Philpott. That's the way this game's supposed to be played, isn't it?
Philpott is 5'9", and he sort of got lost in the pile there or at least in a crowd on his kickoff return for the touchdown, but he took it 89 yards to restore the BC lead. 2nd and 10, Burgess fired short. Richards was the intended receiver. Jeff Jackson was covering. And here's Terry Baker looking to get Ottawa within 1. Fourth quarter just nicely underway at the stadium at BC Place. This will be spotted at the 42 for Terry Baker. And he is wide. Lonnie Turner conceding the single points. And it has not been a memorable night for Baker so far. It was a long field goal from 42, but it's definitely within his range. Perhaps a little off his game after the field goal he thought should have counted and looked like it should have counted earlier in the first half. Now the BC crowd getting on Baker and razzing him a little bit.
He's had a tough night. The one field goal he missed to the right in the first half, it was a juggled snap by the holder, Terrence Jones. So the timing just has been thrown off for his whole evening.
Danny Barrett for Philpott. He turned to run before he had control of the ball. Five turnovers costing Ottawa. Lions have turned it over a couple of times. 21 first downs for Ottawa. So that tells you that Burgess is moving the football a little bit.
And of course, well documented that the BC Lions secondary gives up over 400 yards a night. So you see that 279 that Ottawa has after 3 quarters. They are maybe well on their way to getting to that season average.
2nd and 10. Danny Barrett from the shotgun. There's a man open far side, and Alexander brings it down. Ray Alexander. And they're working on Patrick Burke again.
Really quite surprised they haven't done more of this. And for the young Canadian rookie cornerback, a great move to the inside by Alexander. Gets those hips turned a little bit, and then that is a fantastic catch, isn't it?
15 yards. Fine catch. Ray Alexander. And the Lions are quickly out near midfield. They're at the 49. 12:56 to go, fourth quarter. BC leading 27-24. Barrett on target once more. Lonnie Turner working on Patrick Burke. Lions were looking for more speed, and they found a guy by the name of Lonnie Turner. Dave Ritchie simply says he can fly. Well, a little in the NFL, a little in the WLAF.
It's about a 4.3 in the 40, so there's no question his speed credentials are there. He's had an excellent night. Dropped one ball. It might have been a touchdown, but other than that, I think in his first game, he's performed admirably.
Lions 1st and 10. Barrett looks down the sidelines for Skinner, and he couldn't catch it. Getz was covering on Chris Skinner that time.
Seems like every game we've done of Ottawa this year, it seems like the opposition. BC Lions Lions kind of make a mistake. There's Leo Groenewegen. He leaves like it's going to be a rollout. You got Snipes and Benefield coming in here, and Jim Mills, he just can't handle both of those guys. And when Danny Barrett doesn't go completely all the way out on the rollout, you got 2 guys against 1, and here's the result. David Benefield comes free, and he comes up with the sack, but you have to wonder what Leo Groenewegen was thinking on that play.
And one thing limiting the BC offense is a strained calf muscle to raise.
First down, and Richards is caught. O.J. Brigance nails Dwight Richards back at the 10. Brigance has been a big factor for the BC Lions tonight.
Just too tough to handle for Michel Lamy, the right tackle. O.J. Brigance just fights right through him with just unbelievable tenacity. Gets Richards in. You know, here's a great spot for the BC Lion defense. They've got Ottawa backed up. They've got them in a 2nd and 20 situation, and they've got to be thinking, hey, let's try and create the turnover here and get our offense the ball back in a hurry.
A loss of 9. So Burgess has his back to the wall on 2nd and 19. And he has a receiver open. He'll be short of the first down unless he gets it. What a great run after the catch by Stephon Jones. He looked to be stopped on the far side.
Well, the principle of the defense is okay. Zone coverage, let them catch something underneath it. They've got to go 20 yards, but now the tackling is sloppy. There you see Gravely misses, or make that Daniel Hunter, and Francis can't keep him in. The Ottawa Rough Riders pick up a 1st and down on a 2nd and 20 situations. I mean, it's great offense, kind of sloppy defense.
Burgess, another first down, a big catch. Andre Brown, number 5, in front of Daniel Hunter.
So very quickly, the Ottawa Rough Riders move it deep out of their own territory, and I think you've just seen on the last 2 plays why the BC Lions are giving up over 400 yards a game. A good pattern by Brown and Hunter, but boy, that is just too easy to get it in 2 plays into the other team's territory when you got them backed up.
A nice little 21-yard gain there, 1st and 10. Ottawa quickly to the BC 51. Richards on the draw, breaks 1 tackle and another. He's to the 35, and Tom Europe had to come up and make the tackle from his safety spot. 15 more for Dwight Richards, who's looked impressive running the ball for Ottawa, with Darren Joseph injured and on the sidelines.
Nice block at the top of your screen. 64, Bruce Beaton, the right tackle. He just gets a stalemate on John McNeil, and that's all you can ask for. And let your back pick the hole, as Dwight Richards did. And boy, he has been impressive since he has replaced Darren Joseph.
Ottawa first down at the BC 35. Sean Daniels was the intended receiver. And Burgess was off target that time.
Now, is he happy or sad? I can't
I think
quite
he's
figure
all
this
right.
one out.
He's going to talk to us. He's been watching the guys on the sideline. He thinks when the camera comes on, you have to say something to people at home.
I don't think it's going to be Haim on.
No, I don't believe that's what it would be. 12 to go. 4th quarter. 3-point game. Burgess, 2nd and 10. And that one was into the turf, intended for Jock Climby. Terry Baker into the game. Tough night so far. And the crowd at BC Place giving him a nice welcome.
I don't know why they're on him so much tonight.
Well, I think possibly because he complained so loudly about the field goal that should have counted. For the tie, and Baker is wide one more time. Europe gets it out. And there's a timeout on the field. A 23-yard return on the missed field goal, and the Ottawa Rough Riders stood around rather amazed and allowed Europe to come out of the end zone. Tough times for Terry Baker, who's unable to get the Ottawa Rough Riders back to even. Baker of the Ottawa Rough Riders has had a tough night. He is 0 for 4 in the field goal department. He has missed from 30, 39, 42, and 43 yards out. And the fans at BC Place are giving him a bit of a rough ride here tonight. Well, in Baker's defense, it really looked like his first field goal from 30 yards out had gone in, or should have counted, but
yeah, you have to think that that's really stayed with him tonight. He hasn't been able to shake that one, and pretty lonely feeling when you're 0 for 4 and not making your contribution.
Barrett pitches to Philpott. Decent run inside. Stuman made the tackle. Benefield is also there.
No, John, I think this is a very critical final 7 minutes for both of these teams. They're coming off back-to-back defeats each, and both teams have a great chance to win this football game. Of course, Ottawa trails by 3, but I think as the season goes and as these teams mature, they may look at this game and say, hey, this could be the turning point in our season to try and snap that streak. And well, I think very important final 7 minutes. Both teams have struggled this year in the fourth quarter.
The gain was 5. This is 2nd and 5 for Danny Barrett and the BC Lions. Philpott has the first down. He's hit hard, but his momentum carried him for another 5 yards. This guy can run. Corey Philpott. Second game for the Lions.
Great block by Jim Mills, 66, the right tackle on Ron Getz, and that allows Philpott to get into the secondary.
6th carry. He has 31 yards on the night. That was good for 9. First down, Lions. For Alexander, he stretches out and makes the catch. Gordon was covering. Gordon mentioned Alexander was hurting a little bit. Looked just fine on that reception.
Yeah, and what Danny Barrett is seeing is Getz coming here in the pressure. He's got man-to-man in the bump and run out here, and each time he has seen that, he's thrown over the top of the coverage, and it's a good percentage play to Ray Alexander. Alexander adjusts to the football, makes a nice catch, and the BC Lions are on the move once again, but good recognition by the quarterback to make the right call and right throw.
A 13-yard gain, Barrett to Alexander. Barrett hands off for Philpott, and Philpott is most of the way towards a first down. Corey Philpott, his 7th carry, 38 yards so far.
Watch the trap block coming here that comes across, and then Philpott right up through the hole. This is what the BC Lions do as well as anybody. Run that trap, and here they come around the corner. There's Rob Smith. Here comes Vic Stevenson. He's going to pick off Ron Getz. Corey Philpott just sits in behind those two big guys, and that's a pretty play to watch.
Back-to-back 9-yard gains for Corey Philpott. And it'll be a first down for the Lions on 2nd and 1.
You know, we talked early in the game, John, about some self-doubt that these two teams might be having. How good are we, or how bad are we? And, you know, in these final 4 minutes, one team's going to try and maybe shed that self-doubt. And for the Ottawa Rough Riders, they have to be thinking, boy, we have blown 2 games in a row in the last minute. Let's not do it again tonight. But the BC Lions are doing their best to take control of this one right now. They lead by 3.
Leading by 3, 4:22 to go. Injury timeout on the field as the Ottawa Rough
a chance to get over the hump tonight, break that losing streak, and get back on the win column. Corey Philpott, he's had a good night running the football and made a nice touchdown catch, kickoff return for a touchdown. So he has really made his presence felt tonight, and hopefully this injury won't be too severe and he can get back in there.
Winning 9 of 10. From the 33, first down BC. Alexander to the near side. Skinner is out this way too, so is Trevathan. Barrett is hit. Second time Dan Barrett is down. Angelo Snipes coming into the game with 4 sacks, adds 1 more. Second for Snipes tonight.
Well, the defense for Ottawa gave up a late touchdown last week to lose to Winnipeg, and they would like nothing better than to redeem themselves tonight by a good stand right here and hopefully get the ball back for their offense. They trail by 3 with 3:34 to go. Angelo Snipes with a nice play to do his best to stop the BC Lions.
Yeah, a loss of 5, second 15. Barrett shotgun. Snipes was through again and then taken out of the play. Here's Barrett on the run and throwing. Looks to the end zone and fired that one into the turf. Lonnie Turner was the intended receiver. And the Lions will be forced to kick. Actually, this will be spotted at the 44. Bisaglia hit from the 48. That one is blocked. And rolls through. Single point.
Yeah, that's a pretty important single point, though. I mean, Louis obviously wanted to get the field goal, but it's too bad that Anthony Drawhorn couldn't get over there quicker to pick that up and bring it out. Now, of course, the Ottawa Rough Riders are forced to score a touchdown. I believe number 26, Charles Gordon, came in. That's quite a battle.
Not Olympic wrestling.
No. Well, boys will be boys.
Into the final 3 minutes now.
It's a good series for Angelo Snipes. He got the sack and forced the BC Lions to attempt a field goal that was wide by Lou Bisaglia. But now the Ottawa Rough Riders find themselves down by 4 and single point.
4-point difference right now, so the Riders need a touchdown or 2 field goals for the victory here in the final 3 minutes. Let's see what Burgess can do. He has engineered some impressive drives for Ottawa so far tonight. Burgess comes back to the near side, and Walker couldn't hang on. That's number 84, Wayne Walker. Les Brown was covering. A big down for the Ottawa Rough Riders as Burgess goes to his right, throwing on the run. He has Ellingson, markers all over the field. Hunter forcing, and even the backup back there, Ken Haley, is a former Ottawa Rough Rider. And even the injured ball player of the secondary, Sean Booty, who's an Ottawa Rough Rider. That's 7. .230 to go. And ready for a first down for Ottawa. Rough Riders trailing by 4 at 28-24. Wayne Walker to the near side. That means Stephon Jones is to the far side of the field. Burgess looks for Walker. Les Brown covering. Brown thought he should have had the interception.
And Les Brown's made pretty interesting plays here in the fourth quarter. Trust the veteran. Here they're trying to go to Wayne Walker just on the straight fly. But look at Les Brown. He's looking right into the backfield, gives lots of cushion, and boy, he's a pretty tough guy to beat late in the game. See him looking. He's just watching, starts to run, turns his back. Now, he could be better off going to the out and trying to beat him over the top. Not too many times are you going to get in behind Les Brown.
Tom Burgess has missed on his last 4 passes. Facing another key situation here on 2nd and 10. Well off the mark. Jeff Jackson pressured Burgess into throwing that one in a hurry. Terry Baker across his 35 to get this punt away. It is not deep, but rolling down near the 25. And not much of a risk.
We'll see what Danny Barrett can do here, too.
Bill punt is back, has about 3 yards. Stopped by David Benefield. Time for Ottawa's great pressure defense to get the ball back for Ron Smeltzer.
Yeah, and there's lots of time to do it. Still over 2 minutes remaining, and you've made a good defensive play on first down. You've set BC up in a 2nd and 7 situation, which is sometimes the advantage to the defense. But, you know, if Ottawa has shown anything over the years, this is a down that they will be bringing a lot of people and expecting pressure to do the job.
The gain was 2, 2nd and 8. Watch the Rough Rider charge here on Danny Barrett. He got it away. Short of a first down. Drawhorn in on the tackle. Matt Clark made the catch.
They don't get the first down. Have to give it away.
.129 to go, fourth quarter. The Lions have a 4-point lead on the Ottawa Rough Riders. Looper Elliott just got that away. Wayne Walker bobbles it. Falls forward for a couple on the return, so Tom Burgess gets the football back with 1:16 to go.
You have to try and go and get one and win it.
Tom Burgess, 22 of 35, 310 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. However, he has been good on only 2 of his last 9, and he has missed 5 passes in a row. 1st and 10, Burgess and the Ottawa Rough Riders. At the Ottawa 42 with 1:16 to play. And they'll re-huddle. So Burgess gets his chance for the win. Richards gets only a yard. Les Brown sprung him out and first down. James Ellingson coming up with a catch, and he is a clutch receiver, or Stephon Jones, rather.
Great job by Tommy Burgess to get away from the pressure. He finally spots Stephon Jones downfield, and with Andre Francis wrapped all over him, he makes a tremendous catch now. They come up a little bit short. It would look like a disastrous play. Turned out pretty well, and Ottawa Rough Riders on this huge play for them will take a timeout and try and talk it over and make the best possible decision of what
has enough for the first down. We'll see where the infraction was. Rough Riders are indicating it was offside against the Lions, and that is the indication.
Yeah, they lined up offside, trying to cheat and get a little extra and stuff the Ottawa Rough Riders third down gamble, but they will take the 5-yard penalty.
Offside. BC number 72. First down.
Stops the clock with 54 seconds on it. So Burgess still has a chance. He needs the touchdown. A field goal will do no good. 28-24, BC leading. Walker to the near side. Stephon Jones, far side of the field. Burgess unloads in a hurry over the middle, has a catch. Sean Daniels stopped by James West. Gain is close to 9. 48 seconds to go. Burgess looking for the home run toss. Tight coverage, no catch.
Or part-time hours. If you're a bright, highly motivated individual with innovative ideas, then we want you to join our team today. Apply online at www.stream.com. Stream offers you more than a job.
Times a game because BC is a team that likes to come with the blitz, and sometimes the middle will be vacated as the middle safety, in this case Tom Europe, has to come up in coverage, and well, you have to be happy when you see it, recognize it, and hit it. And Dave Ritchie's probably saying, hey, maybe if Sean Booty was in there tonight, that might not have happened. I don't think so. Safety was up.
Philpott lost the ball. No, he's still got it. He went through a maze, and he'll go all the way. How about that for run? Corey Philpott, I thought he was stopped. And somehow he came out of a crowd. "74 yards for the touchdown."
It's just amazing the way both teams have been able to
Look here.
Yeah, he is stopped.
I thought he was down.
Everybody relaxes. Looks like he's down. All of a sudden, he gets those legs turning and driving, and little move there on the kicker, Terry Baker, and it's all over.
Talk about answering a touchdown in a hurry. The Lions have the lead now.
Wow, what a great effort that was by...
4-point difference right now, so the Riders need a touchdown or 2 field goals for the victory here in the final 3 minutes. Let's see what Burgess can do. He has engineered some impressive drives for Ottawa so far tonight. Burgess comes back to the near side, and Walker couldn't hang on. That's number 84, Wayne Walker. Les Brown was covering. A big down for the Ottawa Rough Riders as Burgess goes to his right, throwing on the run. He has Ellingson, markers all over the field. Hunter forcing, and even the backup back there, Ken Haley, is a former Ottawa Rough Rider. And even the injured ball player of the secondary, Sean Booty, is an Ottawa Rough Rider. That's 7. .2:30 to go. And ready for a first down for Ottawa. Rough Riders trailing by 4 at 28-24. Wayne Walker to the near side. That means Stephon Jones is to the far side of the field. Burgess looks for Walker. Les Brown covering. Brown thought he should have had the interception.
And Les Brown's made some pretty interesting plays here in the fourth quarter. Trust the veteran. Here they're trying to go to Wayne Walker just on the straight by. But look at Les Brown. He's looking right into the backfield, gives lots of cushion, and boy, he's a pretty tough guy to beat late in the game. See him looking. He's just watching, starts to run, turns his back. Now, he could be better off going to the out and trying to beat him over the top. Not too many times are you going to get in behind Les Brown.
Tom Burgess has missed on his last 4 passes. Facing another key situation here on 2nd and 10. Well off the mark. Jeff Jackson pressured Burgess into throwing that one in a hurry. Terry Baker across his 35 to get this punt away. It is not deep, but rolling down near the 25. And not much of a risk.
We'll see what Danny Barrett can do here, too.
Philpott is back, has about 3 yards. Stopped by David Benefield. Time for Ottawa's great pressure defense to get the ball back for Ron Smeltzer.
Yeah, and there's lots of time to do it. Still over 2 minutes remaining, and you've made a good defensive play on first down. You've set BC up in a 2nd and 7 situation, which is sometimes the advantage to the defense. But, you know, if Ottawa has shown anything over the years, this is a down that they will be bringing a lot of people and expecting pressure to do the job.
The gain was 2, 2nd and 8. Watch the Rough Rider charge here on Danny Barrett. He got it away. Short of the first down. Strawhorn in on the tackle. Matt Clark made the catch.
They don't get the first down. Have to give it away.
.129 to go, 4th quarter. The Lions have a 4-point lead on the Ottawa Rough Riders. Luke Saglia just got that away. Wayne Walker bobbles it. Falls forward for a couple on the return, so Tom Burgess gets the football back with 1:16 to go.
You have to try and go and get one and win it.
Tom Burgess, 22 of 35, 310 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. However, he has been good on only 2 of his last 9, and he has missed 5 passes in a row. 1st and 10, Burgess and the Ottawa Rough Riders. At the Ottawa 42 with 1:16 to play. And they'll re-huddle. So Burgess gets his chance for the win. Richards gets only a yard. Les Brown sprung him out and burst down. James Ellingson coming up with a catch, and he is a clutch receiver, or Stephon Jones, rather.
Great job by Tommy Burgess to get away from the pressure. He finally spots Stephon Jones downfield, and with Andre Francis wrapped all over him, he makes a tremendous catch now. They come up a little bit short, but what looked like a disastrous play turned out pretty well, and the Ottawa Rough Riders on this huge play for them will take a timeout and try and talk it over and make the best possible decision of what
Has enough for the first down. We'll see where the infraction was. Rough Riders are indicating it was offside against the Lions, and that is the indication.
Yeah, they lined up offside, trying to cheat and get a little extra and stuff the Ottawa Rough Riders third down gamble, but they will take the 5-yard penalty.
Offside. BC number 72. First down.
Stops the clock with 54 seconds on it. So Burgess still has a chance. He needs the touchdown. A field goal will do no good. 28-24, BC leading. Walker to the near side. Stephon Jones, far side of the field. Burgess unloads in a hurry over the middle. Has a catch. Sean Daniels. Stopped by James West. Gain is close to 9. 48 seconds to go. Burgess looking for the home run toss. Tight coverage, no catch.